Coronavirus has hit the Latinx community especially hard during this pandemic. In 44 states and Washington, D.C., the percentage of Latinos infected by the virus surpasses their share of the population, with California being one of them. CBS News shines a light on this issue in the upcoming documentary Pandemia, Latinos in Crisis.
About
CBS News
Latinos in
contributor
Crisis
Maria Elena
during the
Salinas joins
pandemic.
us with a
So,
preview.
can you tell us
So,
what
what
the
is the
special is
special
focused on?
focused on?
Well, the special is really not only talking about the problems that Latinos are facing, their stories of disparity, of inequity, and also of leadership. So we do talk about how the Latino community has been affected. We know everyone has been affected, of course, but as time goes by, we realize that the majority of those affected are increasingly Black and Brown, especially Latinos. Um, they are disproportionately affected not in infections, but in deaths, and also in losing their jobs, in unemployment, in lack of access to healthcare. And I think we needed to focus more on the Latino community instead of just doing a few stories here and there, because there's just so much to this story, and so much that the Latino community is the role that they're playing in this pandemic.
The Latino community has been disproportionately affected by this virus.
And
What
you
did the
talked with,
essential
you
workers
mentioned the
you
Latino
spoke with
community.
tell
You
you
talked
about
with
how
some
their
essential
roles impact
workers.
their community?
What did you?
Well, one of the reasons why Latinos are being most affected, besides any health factors, cultural factors, such as the fact that many live in multi-generational homes and have difficulties in social distancing, so many are essential workers. They don't have the choice of staying home. Number one, because they have to pay their rent, they have to feed their kids, but also because they do the types of jobs that you can't do from the comfort of your home in a Zoom meeting in a box. So that exposes them so much more. They are the farm workers, they are the grocery store clerks, the delivery people, the meat and poultry plant employees, those types of jobs that are essential to this country and that keep not only the economy going, but the food supply chain going also. So, it's very scary for them, but they know they have to do it. And I think that just shows the resilience that the Latino community has. They're used to facing adversity, and they know that, with that resilience and with the deep faith that they have and that sense of community and helping each other, that they can get through this. But, it's a high price to pay.
And Maria Elena, you've been covering the pandemic daily since it
And you've been
began. Why
covering
is
the
it
pandemic
important to
since it
watch
started.
Pandemia at this
So
time,
why is it
particularly for those of
particularly
us
important
who are
to
currently
watch
experiencing
the
alarming
documentary
surges
now?
in our community right now?
I think it's important to watch this documentary because I don't think there's been any focus 100% on Latinos. And one of the unique things about this documentary is that for the first time, CBS put together a team of Latino journalists in front of the cameras and behind the scenes. I don't think that's ever been done. Every single reporter that works on this is Latino. So there's some cultural relevance there. We understand, we know our community, and everyone behind the scenes, or almost everyone behind the scenes, from executive producers to editors to bookers, and just the people that work behind the scenes are also Latino. So I think it's important to watch this because we are the largest community in this country, yet there's times when we're treated as foreigners, not as part of this society, and we have to show just how integrated we are into this society as citizens, as workers, as those who contribute to the economy, that have cultural contributions. And that's also important to see how so many leaders in the Latino community are stepping up. Our government at the federal level, at the state level, with the exception of California, that is helping minorities maybe a little bit more than other states, you see that there is no help, that the specific needs of the Latino community aren't being met. And we have to remember also that the historical inequities that already face the Latino community already face are being exacerbated by this pandemic. Poverty, low wages, insufficient savings, lack of access to adequate healthcare, unemployment. So, those are the types of issues that people don't realize what we're facing and how it's just so much worse right now. But like I mentioned before, there are a lot of leaders that are stepping up, not only local politicians, but also we have the star power. We have people like Eva Longoria, Wilmer Valderrama, Chef Jose Andres, Dolores Huerta, people who are stepping up and not only using their platforms to shine a light on what the Latino community is going through, but also digging into their pockets, helping, creating organizations, creating funds to aid the community in whatever they need.
Maria Elena Salinas, thanks for joining us.
All right, that was great. Is there anything else you wanted to add before we go?